Hello, you guys. I got some good news. And I'm extremely just happy for the family of Romika Meeks. I'm gonna wait for you all to start coming in. I'm gonna let you all get the notifications. Hey, the black Barbie. Did everything work out in your situation, or is it still the same? What's up? What's that big ass man? What's up, big ass man? What's going on? Said, what's that? You from out of New Orleans? That's how they say, what's that? Hey, little Miss Muffin. Hey, Miss Kawana. Okay, I'm gonna call you when I get off. I'll be off early tonight. You all make sure you all hit the like button for me. Make sure you guys please like, share. He said gas man, and yeah. Okay, big gas man. Okay. I said big ass man. Hey, Sunshine. Let me see if I could pull up something right quick. See if she's in jail and all those good things. No, she's been charged. Hey, Diane, but let's see if she's in jail. Hold on, y'all. You're Louisiana, baby. What? So, are you from New Orleans or are you from Louisiana? What part of Louisiana are you from? Let's see. Hold on. Hold on for a second, y'all. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to see if she's in. Stop. Child, tonight I was blocked. Couldn't come in. Had to go back and come in. Now you been Miss T. Chatting my. I'm doing good. It was like it was some weird stuff going on with my with tonight when I got ready to come on. I'm talking about as far as the account, but we'll get the kinks worked out because people people weird. Um, okay, not too far from Baton Rouge. Okay, is it like? Do you have the 225 area code? Because I used to talk to a guy that lived like around Plaquemine, which was like in the like Bayou Gouly. That's like the 225 area code. It's really Baton Rouge, just over the bridge. Um, okay. Let's see. How do y'all spell her name? Quadasia. Hold on. Chicago, Illinois. Hold on, y'all. Just give me a minute. Let me see something. Name is Quadasia. Chicago. Okay, Quadasia Monique. Stop. Okay, her mother's name is Latanya. Or is her mother's name Tamika? I think her mother's name is Latanya. She from Waukegan. Okay. Anyways, y'all. Hey, Foodie Nor. I wanted to talk about, y'all know that I've been watching the Romika Meeks case. Okay. And hey, I always felt like that Romika that they set it up. I believe that the baby's father had wanted for I believe that the baby's father had wanted for the girl to kill Romika. And one of the reasons that I always believed that he had wanted for her to kill Romika was because Romika had started to move on with her life. Okay. We do know that when it first happened, she was talking about, I got a license to carry, just she got a lot of mental illness in her family. That's why you see her as stoic as she is. I wouldn't be surprised if she don't start trying to use some of that as time goes on. She get ready to go to trial if she doesn't plead out and all of that. But she's been hit with first degree murder. Okay. But let's look at it. Shout out to Diane for calling me. And she said, girl, the girl has been charged with Romika's murder. We have been waiting for this. Okay. Let's see.
Off of him and ripped his backpack or his pants.
Leslie McLaurin says her 6-year-old son has been the
Okay. It says a woman was charged with first degree murder in connection with the shooting of a 31-year-old mother shortly after dropping her son off at school in the South Loop earlier this year. Quadasia Holly Johnson is accused of murder of Romika Blackman back on September 8th near Cermak Road, if I said that right, and State Street. Fox 32's Teal Ewan reports that the two women share children with the same man who was also at the scene of the shooting. Johnson was initially taken into custody, but then released shortly afterwards. The backstory: just before the shooting, Blackman had kissed her son, her 6-year-old son, goodbye and told him to have a great day at school. Her last post on social media was a photo of a written note she packed in his lunchbox. Moments later, she was shot in the face during a fight outside of his school. Police scanner audio reveals a fight broke out, followed by reports of a woman seen with a gun. Her family told Fox 32 they were at a loss over why the suspect wasn't charged. Johnson had filed protective orders against Blackman dating back to December of 2024, and as recently as this past summer. The family believes those orders were an attempt to create a paper trail against Blackman. Okay. This chick did not think that she was going to get charged. She started smelling her panties. Okay. Shout out to a lot of the people that has kept us abreast of what was going on. There are a couple channels that I look at that really has been going hard for Romika. Okay. And I'm getting ready to see if she's incarcerated right quick, y'all. I just want to see. Let's see. Let's see if she incarcerated. Okay, as of right now, it doesn't look like she is. It don't look like she is. Let's see. Hold on, you are. Okay. As of right now, it does not look like that she was is arrested. Okay. It doesn't look like she's been arrested. It doesn't mean that they don't have her. It could just not be updated. Okay, let's see. Nope. But she has been charged. Okay, and that's a good thing. I'm really glad to see this, because I always felt like the child's father, her baby's father, would rather. I think he put the little slow up to do it. She is a little slow, so that girl has a history of mental illness in her family, and like I said, that's why she's so cold and stoic. Right? She feel like that if she kills Romika, she can get Romika out the way so that she can be with Carlos. The whole time, I believe Carlos wanted Romika gone because he had been with Romika the longest. Okay, so he probably had more feelings for Romika. And women know that. Women can feel when a man has a lot of feelings for another woman. And she had just had a baby, knowing he had been in this long relationship. Those feelings don't just dissipate. But him being the sucker that he is, because she didn't want to play his game anymore, sick of the cheating and all of that. What he did was, I believe he held her and put this girl up to shoot her. Okay. He would rather had seen her dead than to see her move on. Somebody that he's used to having all of her energy for the last, 9 or 10 years or something like that. He's used to having all of her energy, and for her to decide, I don't want to dance to your tune anymore. I'm tired of you hurting me. She probably still had feelings for him, but she started to gain more self-respect for herself. He wouldn't have had a baby with this chick. He's playing this chick's game because this girl is on OnlyFans doing threesomes and spend more than likely spending money on him. He was a scammer, so she was probably slick one too. She's on OnlyFans, making money, So she probably was breaking him off, which is another reason why she was probably obsessed with why can't he leave Romika alone, right? And so because like I said, I heard Romika's sister say that she had gotten a new man. Okay, she had gotten a new man, and her energy, she was starting to refocus her energy. Okay, even if she wasn't totally over him, she was starting to refocus her energy. And him being the sucker that he is, before he allowed that to happen, he'd rather had seen her unalived. And I believe exactly that's what those two did. I've always said I really wish that Romika's family could look into seeing if this clown actually had some insurance policies on the girl. Um, because he's a scammer. I'm sure he knows about all those types of things. So he could have secretly gotten paid. You know what I mean? Like, hey, it was just weird the way that he was on the scene. And I remember looking at that scene when he was like in a pandemonium and then he looks back at her, they make eye contact, like he telling her just stay put, don't say nothing. When he made look back at her, I don't say nothing. When she said, I gotta she said, I'm licensed and all of that stuff. And he works with someone to take his son's mother out. Now, she's stupid and he's pathetic, okay? Because did he really think that he was going to be able to kill his son's mother or get another chick to take out his son's mother and then get custody of his son and raise his son? Probably not with her, okay? Because I don't really think he cares about her as past what he can get up out of her, because men that really care about women, they keep them out the way. Okay, that's what they do. They don't try to put them up to do nothing. They don't want them taking no charges for them. They don't want them getting their hands dirty. They don't want them knowing about no type of dirt that they got going on. They put them up. Okay, I wish somebody had told this chick that, but as I said, that chick got mental illness running all up through her family. Okay. Let me go back and look at something. Okay, because I think her mother's name is Latanya. Her mom's name is Latanya. Hold on, y'all. Let me see something. I need to spell her name. Quadasia. Let me see here. Her mother's name is Latanya Nicole Johnson, or is it Tamika? It's either Latanya or Tamika. Latanya. Let's see something. She's from Waukegan also. Kenosha, Wisconsin. Waukegan, North Chicago. Zion, Illinois. I think that Latanya is going to be the mother. I think Latanya is her mom. Let's see, she's 31. And it could be Tamika. Tamika's 45. Latanya is 48. Let's see. I believe it's going to be Latanya being the mother. Let's see. Y'all know I be talking to myself when I be doing a little something, talking myself through some stuff. Hold on 1 second, okay? Just let me look up something. Okay, I think Latanya is the mom. But anyways, you guys, I am glad to see. I am glad to see that there's justice for Romika. It's been a long time coming. Okay, it has. It's been a long time coming, and I'm really happy to see this for her family. And I was I don't want to knock my page down because I think I might want to look at something else. I'm really interested in. Let's see. Shout out to Travel Island. Um, they did a lot of videos on this chick. This chick just posted yesterday. She posted yesterday. Shout out to Travel Island because they have been faithful in keeping up everything for Romika. And she posted yesterday, and she knew she was getting ready to be indicted. That's why she was mad. That's why she posted that. Okay. I'm sure she had an attorney, and her attorney let her know that they was getting ready to indict her. Okay. She says, "We are a family, duh. We gonna be dressed alike on the holidays. What family don't? Now, if I post our Thanksgiving pictures and Christmas pictures and they're so cute, y'all gonna be blowing fire out your nose. It's 100 more holidays ahead and we will be dressed alike. Just leave us alone. Focus on something else. Y'all weird as fuck and reaching. Let go and let God." And she got laughing emojis. She posted this yesterday, the arrogance of her, and today she is indicted. I love that scripture, be not deceived, for God is not mocked. Whatever man sow it, that's just what he's going to reap. Now, she was posting this yesterday, and I noticed Romika's mother and family didn't say anything because they must have known that this was coming, okay? And she probably knew because that's why because she had been quiet, right? She had been quiet and she was mad. She had, I believe she was popped up on Key's show. I guess what they're going to try to say is their defense is Romika tried to get into her car to try and do something to her son or something like that was in the backseat. It's a lie. It was cold-blooded murder. And even if Romika and her had gotten into a fight and Romika whooped her ass, you can't kill somebody because you get your ass tore out the frame, okay? You can't just do that. What you got to do is swear up and take that ass whooping or go back for another round, another day after you heal up. But you can't just kill somebody in cold blood, right? And so a lot of the witnesses were saying that it was not even Romika. A lot of the witnesses were saying it was not even her that Romika was arguing with. Romika was arguing with her child's father, and this chick decides to go, I guess, she tried to be Captain Save a chick and get in the midst of, ain't no telling what Romika was saying. Okay, Romika probably was like, let your chick know, you still trying to get with me. He said he don't want you. He still, he coming up to my job. It set her off because she already know that that it's not equal. Whatever she feels for him and whatever he's feeling for her is not equal. And this chick has mental illness running through her whole family. So it triggered her. And she did. That's why the witnesses said she was her saying, I'm going to shoot this bee. Okay. And she goes and he have her in the headlock, the baby daddy holding her, I guess, so that she could go get the gun, okay, and shoot the girl, shoot her in the face. And when people start shooting folks in the face, that's real personal. That's jealousy on a whole nother level. That means she has some type of admiration for Romika. She wanted to make sure that she shot her in the face to destroy her beauty. Okay. And not only that, they said she shot it in the leg, but I can't understand the baby daddy was holding her in the headlock while the girl go get the weapon. How come the baby daddy was not hit? Okay. How come he was not hit? I guess he moved out the way, held her long enough, and then when he saw that she had an aim, he moves out of the way so that she could get a good shot and take out his oldest son's mother. What kind of man is he? What kind of man allows something like that? Because see, I have issues with men that sit around because they're a bunch of sissies when they do this and want to giggle and laugh about their it boosts their ego. That's when they're garbage. When they want to sit around and laugh and stuff and be flattered when they see women going at each other. There is no way in this world that this man should have allowed his two kids' mothers to be going at it. Like if he was with the other girl, a little slow, because that's what I call her. She a little slow. I'm telling you, is that's mental illness right there. It runs through her family. So if little slow, okay. If you were a little slow, you get little slow, you get back in the car with her and pull off. Right, but this was his opportunity because he had been going up to Romika's job, according to her mama and her co-workers, because she had moved and he didn't know where she had moved to and changed the number and got a new man. So he's going up to her jobs, her jobs, harassing her. Okay, and so they had some little dude on here. I got up on somebody's panel. I forget who it was. I forget the name of the show. I got up there. I wasn't up there for long. And they was talking about, this must have been about 2 weeks ago. They was talking about this case. And I said, when I got up there, I said that this man, this Quadre man, okay, they know more than likely that this girl is going to be charged. And so they did the same thing. They had him to do the same thing that they was doing in the Young Dolls case. You put people on a mission to try and put a narrative out there to try and change the narrative. And then, like I said, it's some form of like jewelry tampering, because if you can get a movement going and putting out false information, who's going to be on the jury? The people from up out of Cook County. This case has been national. So everybody has seen it, okay? Probably has paid close attention to it. So they do their jury selection and all of that. I mean, if you can push a narrative, you can taint the minds of people, okay? And that's exactly what he was trying to do. And so I said that. And then I said that, but what he's doing, let him do that. Because what he was doing, he was talking too much. He was actually giving away, what he was actually doing was he was talking too much. I already knew because the case was open. The investigators was watching everything, more than likely, because it was an open case. And what he was doing was giving away their defense strategy. Okay. And then what's going on? And then shortly after that, hey, he kind of stopped talking. I think it was her mother. Either her mom is either LaTanya or Tamika. One of them is her mama. Okay. One of them 48, one of them 45. So I think LaTanya is going to be the mama. Okay. They didn't have any qualms about this girl killing another young lady, like as a mother, for a man, and then you jump on the internet. Not only do you kill your child's brother's mother, you get people, and her sorry ass baby daddy did it too, because he got to try to cover for himself. That man looks like he is taking pills. You know why his eyes and stuff stretched all open? Because he don't want to be up under this lunatic. He probably sleep with one eye open. Her whole damn family mentally ill. Okay. And so he gotta now what he gotta do, what he's had to do is he's had to be up under her. It's like he's gotta keep his enemy close because he know he told that girl to shoot that girl. Okay. And she was crazy enough to do it. If you tell somebody to shoot somebody and they're crazy enough to do it, you know damn well that's a damn fool for real. Okay. So I mean, is the cookie is getting ready to crumble. Okay, it's over with. She got a son. She's going to do whatever she needs to do. They didn't charge her with manslaughter. They have gone and talked to witnesses and ran a video. They've done everything. They charge her with murder in the first degree. She get ready to start telling God on Jesus. Okay, that's what she's getting ready to do, which means that she's gonna tell on Carlos, the baby daddy. Okay, it's a darn shame that he probably had thoughts of killing Romika. That's why he was going up there to her job and stalking her and all of that. Didn't want to see her with another man. If he couldn't use her anymore like he had done before and keep her emotions tied up in him. So he'd rather had just seen her gone. And I guess his mind told him, I get the damn fool to do it. It don't take much to look at Holly and tell she crazy. He had a baby by, he had been around her family. Hell, you ain't got to be looking up some of her family members and seeing that quite a few of them has been to the mental institution, had to go to a mental institution after they was arrested. Mental illness normally runs in the family, and we see that it didn't miss her. That gene didn't miss her. Okay, you kill a whole woman in cold blood that your son is related to about a damn man that she ain't gonna get to be with anyways. Okay, and then hop on social media and get a damn fool to try and spread a narrative. And I do believe that Quadre guy is related to her. Okay, her cousin or somebody. Okay, but I'm happy for Romika's family. This has been a long time coming. Okay, now we're gonna see if she's gonna try to use, because a lot of times when mental illness runs in a family, people, they go out and they do crazy stuff. They tries to use that to their advantage. We don't know if she ain't on medicine, on meds or whatever, because she's a stone cold killer. She going right in the place that she need to be with the rest of the damn fools that are stone cold killers. How you gonna take your son's brother's mother away and think you're gonna ride off into the sunset with the daddy? And the daddy ain't no good either, because the reason why he ain't getting no sleep is because he know he told that girl to shoot that girl. He wanted her gone because he thought he wanted her gone. He didn't know it was gonna have an effect like this. He thought he would be better off with her dead, because he'd rather have seen her dead than be with another man, even though he wanted to have philandering ways. Okay, so he next. Okay, they not gonna play with her. They hit her with first degree murder charges, not second degree, not manslaughter. They hit her with first degree, which means they got the evidence to be able to do it. Okay, so while they was quiet, and normally when they quiet, they gathering, they looking at the internet, they see that he got Quadre on the internet, they tracking his movements, probably had their phones and stuff tapped. Okay, they didn't charge her with first degree murder because everybody was advocating. It was good that they was advocating. I'm gonna tell you why it's good to advocate. It's good to advocate to let the prosecutor to remind the district attorney, bitch, you elected. Excuse my French. You elected. Okay, and you can and we can elect somebody else if you don't do what you're supposed to do. If the prosecutors, if the district attorney tell the police, listen, hey, I need a little bit more, and that's what they do. I want to be able to, hey, I want to win this case. Even though advocating, it makes them want to work. It makes them work harder. It makes the prosecutors, work a little bit harder, because they're not gonna take a case that they can't win to trial. They got to have all the evidence to back it. Okay. So what they um what they did what she did was what they did was she made the police go and get what they needed, okay? What she needed so that she can ensure a guilty verdict, okay? So they didn't just indict her because of the people on the internet. They indicted that ass because they got the evidence to back it up. Okay? That's why they did that. And that's the good thing. If they had hit her with manslaughter, if they had hit her with, y'all, if I'm pausing this because I'm trying to look up some stuff, okay? If they had hit her with manslaughter or second degree murder, I would feel a certain way about that. But they hit her with first degree murder, okay? And so, like I said, what's going to start happening is she's going to start telling on him. She's going to tell on him. She's going to want to get out and be back with that baby. But he's going to start, after a while, he might be up under her for a minute to see if she's going to tell on him. And then after a while, he's going to start separating from her too. He's going to start separating from her because he don't want to be, he didn't want to be with her anyways. Okay. Because he's going to have to go and get his own attorney. Okay. And now, the YouTube screens and put out that he a scammer. I mean, hey, I'm pretty sure now he's being watched by the police. It's going to be hard for him to come up on some money by scamming or trying to sell a little weed or something. It's going to be real hard. He's going to have to get him a public defender. And when it's all said and done, she probably going to have one. She can't get on OnlyFans no more and do her threesomes. Okay. Because all of that may be used against her in court. Okay. So I hope, the family and stuff kept all the videos, all the text messages, all of everything. Right. And I'm sure they did to give to, and gave it to the police and all of that. But I'm so happy. I knew it was going to come though. I did. I knew when that boy was fighting hard to try and change the narrative. I knew that this day was coming. And so I'm very happy for Romika's family, right? And now they got to, at some point go through phase 2. Hey, this is just the beginning. She's been charged. Now she's got to be, it says Holly will appear in court on Thursday at 11 a.m. Okay. So she's got to go to court. That's tomorrow. So she may be arrested, but she ain't. They may have just went and got her or whatever, and they charged her with first degree murder. They might have broke her down. They might have told her, we know this, and that. They probably had those phones tapped and broke that ass down. They hit her with first degree murder charges, which means it was premeditated. See, first degree murder, that means they gotta believe that it was premeditated. Okay. So she might have broke down and told everything. I'm gonna be looking to see if Carlos gonna get arrested. Okay. Yeah. Hold on, let me see something, y'all. I'm steady checking my system to see if she's been arrested. I mean, if she's been booked yet. Let's see. Absolutely. That's exactly what it is, y'all. They had to have had proof of some kind that it was premeditated. It says, I'm getting ready to read it to y'all. It says the primary difference between first degree murder and second degree murder is premeditation. Okay. So they got to believe that it was premeditated, that they had planned to do this to this girl. Okay. They didn't hit her with second degree. it says second degree murder is intentional killing that lacks prior planning and results in extreme recklessness. So that means that they got to have proof that it was planned. That's the difference in first degree and second degree. Second degree is looked at as reckless, but deliberate, but there was no planning. First degree is premeditation, and they had to have some planning in it. Okay. So, I mean, in order for them to hit up with this, they got to have the proof. Okay. This is why it has taken so long, but somebody done broke down. I mean, you all on the internet, and she was on the internet yesterday because she was mad because she probably had been told that she was getting ready to be indicted, because they say she got a lawyer. So her lawyer has been communicating with the district attorney. So she knew that's the reason why she got on there. But she won't be out for Christmas, though, I don't reckon. If she do, she's going to be a nervous wreck. I don't see where she's been booked yet, but it just may not be updated yet. Okay. But I'm happy for Romika's family. Okay. I'm happy for Romika's family. Hold on, y'all. Let's see, Illinois. Yeah, that Latanya is her mother. Latanya. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Let me check something out. Oakwood. Amwood. Yeah, that's her mama. So that Latanya lady is her mother. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for me. It's justice for Romika. Y'all put Romika in the chat. Put Romika in the chat. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Just give me a minute. I'm looking at something else. Kenosha, Chicago. Rio Rico, Fort Pierce, Florida. Okay, so Latanya is her mom. I'm almost sure Latanya is her mother. Yes, justice for Mimi and her family and her son. Holly should have thought about it. She have a long time to say, I did this to myself. Don't drop this. Okay, don't drop the soap. Don't drop the soap. And hey, she was all brazen with it yesterday, but I'm sure she was mad because if she has an attorney, her attorney probably told her that she was getting ready to be indicted. And so that's why she was, throwing that out there yesterday. But the whole time they've been watching and building their case. And the mere fact that they charged her with first degree, that means they got to have evidence. I'm sure they had them phones tapped and stuff. They dumb enough to think that they didn't. Okay, hey, stop. I'm sure that they had those phones tapped. But in order for them to charge her with first degree, they got to have some type of proof that it was premeditated. Okay. And I don't see where she's been booked right now at this point, but she's got to be in court tomorrow. So I wonder if she's going to. It could just not be updated. The system may not be updated, but I'm still checking to see if she's going to be booked. Hey, just like she took Romika away from her son, she's getting ready to go away from her son. Did she think that they was going to be able to ride off into the sunset? And I'm just waiting on them to indict him, because he wanted that girl to kill that girl. That's exactly what happened. And so I feel like now, because she gonna want to get out. Holly ain't made for that, to be in jail all that time. So I'm waiting to see when it is she gonna tell on him. She get ready to start telling, like I said, she get ready to start telling God on Jesus. This is when they get ready to start dividing up, because our family is more than likely that she started looking at all that time. Her family is going to encourage her, if she has not already, to start telling on him. That's why he was talking yesterday. I'm hurt. I smile because I'm hurt or whatever. He thought that he could trick the system. He probably gonna get hit with all types of other stuff because he's a scammer. But shout out to Travel Island. Okay. Let's see, y'all. I really want to pull up when this first happened. Hold on. Okay, let's see. I knew this girl is twisted. This girl is crazy. And Carlos saw that he could get her to walk off of a bridge. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Let's see. And y'all, I'm gonna be steady checking to see if she was arrested, because she could have been arrested. It's just not updated yet. Let's see. Okay, this is the girl that's been charged with first-degree murder. Now, she batshit crazy. Anybody that could kill somebody and stand there looking at a young lady bleed out and be on the phone just as calm as I don't know what, and no type of pandemonium, not crying, nothing. Something is wrong. Now, this right here is their baby's father. You see, he's trying to push the witnesses back because they're telling what happened. He's trying to push them out the way. Okay, he wants them gone. Okay, he was hoping nobody, he's probably in shock that they even seen it.
Please, y'all. My sister is gone. Yes, she is. Please. Please.
Let Jenny get out and cuss their ass out.
Please. Please. I see y'all calling.
A woman fatally shot Monday morning in the South Loop has been identified as 31-year-old Rebecca Meeks, while police have identified the alleged shooter as Holly Johnson, who remains.
Okay, so Holly, that's their baby daddy. She was the side chick that got pregnant. Okay.
In custody. According to the Chicago Police Department, CPD, officers responded around 9:35 a.m. on September 8th, 2025, to multiple 911 calls reporting gunfire near Cermak Road and State Street. When officers arrived, they found Meeks lying in the street, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds, including injuries to her
Look at him. He
chin
got blood
and
all over
thigh.
his hand.
She was transported to Stroger Hospital, where she was later pronounced deceased. Investigators said the shooting followed a physical altercation between Meeks and Johnson, who allegedly claimed to possess a valid concealed carry license. During the dispute, Johnson is accused of pulling out a firearm and shooting Meeks multiple times. Police said Johnson remained at the scene, where her weapon was recovered, and she was immediately taken into custody. Family members shared that Meeks had just dropped off her young son at school and was on her way to work at the time of the incident. Witnesses also alleged that Meeks's child's father, Carlos Losos Way, who is reportedly subject to an active restraining order, was present during the altercation.
Now, let me just say this. That bothered me too, because Romika, because he was coming up to her job because to try to get away from him, she moved, quietly moved without him knowing her address. She changed her phone number. The only way that he could get, talk to her was to be up at her job harassing her, or he knew she was going to be at the school when she dropped her son off. I believe that he had been watching her on social media. He saw when she posted that letter, that last letter that she wrote to her son, and he knew that she was on her way to take that boy there. Okay. I think Holly was probably mad because he was trying to probably rush and get her gone so that he could go up there to the school to harass Romika, right? Okay. So Ramika had put a restraining order on him. They had a court date, I do believe, in October. That's suspicious within itself because hey, she was killed September the 6th or 7th, something like that. So I'm pretty sure the court date that they had for the restraining order that was thrown out because she's no longer here. So who benefited from that? He did. Okay.
And placed Meeks in a headlock. In those moments, Johnson allegedly drew her firearm and fatally shot Meeks at close range. The Chicago Police Department confirmed that Area 3 detectives are handling the investigation. Authorities have not yet released details regarding the exact circumstances leading up to the altercation. Meeks's family has asked the public to respect their privacy.
She walked out. What the hell? Yeah, because she got shot and walked out. You had her in a fucking headlock and you know it. You fucking...
Okay, these are the witnesses that's telling the police because the police don't know. They said you had in an effing headlock, which means he was holding her. Okay. He said the girl had walked off. Look at him. Look at his face right here. He does not. Now you standing there over your child's mother while she is bleeding out. This man does not have a tear, a care, or nothing. She got a job done for him that he wanted done with his stupid. Oh Lord, don't get me started.
You had in a fucking headlock and you know it. You fucking know it. You fucking know it. You're fucking bogus as fuck. We heard you gonna get fucking shot, you asshole. And then now you're being a hurt like, oh, then the fact that they were over the one in the bridge, she had it on. You let her fucking get shot. And she was the girl that shot.
Property, I'm gonna get out, bitch. Nah, fuck them, G. Ain't nobody finna be around here making no false ass narratives about my motherfucking cousin. Cause bitch, it don't even matter. You didn't have to overkill her, G.
Okay, so that's her family. My heart goes out to her family. But I wanted to show that scene. Hold on. The witnesses, the video that the witnesses had. Hold on, y'all. Let me pull it up. Let me see if I can find it. That I mean, a woman that you've been with for 9-10 years, that is the mother of your oldest child, is laying there bleeding out, basically just dying, and he didn't have a care or nothing on his face. He's sitting there looking at the witnesses. Dirty dog. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if this would be. Okay, so this open book. I'm gonna let y'all look at it too while I'm trying to pull up everything. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Okay, so this is the crime scene. I'm looking for the video. This is the letter that she wrote her son that she posted on Facebook. This is how he knew that she was on her way up there to their school. That's the last letter that she posted for her son that morning and put in his lunchbox. She says, "Happy Monday, son. Today is a fresh start to do this, and you can start off strong. Always remain yourself. You're the coolest, smartest, and funniest kid I know. I love you so much, and you make me so proud. Have a great day. Mommy loves you." That would end up being the last thing that she ever wrote to her son, because her child's father, who could not stand to see, who would rather have seen her dead than to move on, got that scatterbrain who could not control her jealousy to take her life. Okay. She thought that she was going to ride off into the sunset with him. He had other plans anyways. Okay. He just had to keep her close. Okay. But neither one of them would get to ride off into the sunset, because surely, like I said, she's telling God on Jesus, which means she's gonna tell his part too. She's gonna tell everything, because she ain't gonna want to go, as they say in New Orleans, be josing upstate by herself while he is with other women. That's the best thing, and I believe that in my opinion, for him, her going to jail is probably will make him rest easier. I think he wants her in jail. He knows she's crazy. Okay? She got to be crazy to do that for him. Okay, so this is when the police first walked up to her to handcuff her. Look at her. Look at him. He don't have a tear. He's not crying. Nothing. He's trying to push the witnesses back. He's a cold-blooded killer too. He just got a damn fool to do it for it. That's Romika. She had just said sometimes you just got to start killing MFs. Okay. She had just posted that that morning or something like that. Okay. So she already had killing on her mind. I mean, they need to check into if some more women have been killed. She seemed to go crazy over men. Hell. Let's see. I think she was jealous of Romika because Romika was outgoing. You know, you always saw Romika dancing and all of that. She was more outgoing. Yeah, she was jealous of Romika because she was outgoing. I was looking for that video. Oh, this is the video. Okay. So this is the video where Holly posted to Romika, "I would never, ever," she was talking about Romika. She could never be Romika, allowing Carlos to treat her a certain way, but he treated her a certain way too.
I would never be having matching. I would never be begging a nigga to be with me after he got a baby on the way. I would never be having matching t-shirts on with a nigga that got a baby on the way. I would never be trying to play family with a nigga that got a baby on the way. I would never want to be with a nigga that burnt me while I was pregnant. I would never want to be a bitch like that. I would never be telling random people that my baby daddy burnt me. I would never tell nobody no shit like that. I would never tell random people that my baby daddy cheated on me our whole relationship, my whole pregnancy, that he cheated on me. I would never, you could never get me to tell no shit like that to no random people that I don't fucking know. I would never want to have a job to where I'm wiping old people ass and giving old people showers and feeding them and shit. I would never want to have a job like that. I would never want to have a job that my car was in the shop for 2 years. I couldn't get it out. I would never want to have a job like that. I'm wiping ass and I ain't got no car still. I would never want no job like that. I would never want to be with a nigga that done got so many bitches pregnant during the time that I've known him.
Hold on, y'all. I gotta go back to. Hold on. Anyways, I had to click out of it because I made a mistake and did something. But this is a woman that claims that she was. Now she gets on there to tell Romika she would never ever want to be in matching pajamas. She wanted her to know so bad that she was pregnant. Okay. At that time, she was pregnant. She was mad because Carlos was still with Romika. Carlos was Romika's man. Okay, that's who he was with. She was the side chick that got pregnant. And I'm sure, him being weak, okay, she didn't require much from him. She was on OnlyFans doing threesomes and probably breaking him off money because he ain't got none. He a scammer. Okay, so she did whatever she thought she needed to do to try and win. And he still could not get a woman in her mind because she's mentally ill. She couldn't understand why he couldn't get a woman that he had been with for 10, 11 years out of his system. Okay, even though she was doing threesomes on OnlyFans and she had been pregnant and probably giving him money and all of that. Okay, she couldn't understand that. She felt like instead of looking at who the real problem was, which is him, she looked at Romika as being the problem. Okay, and because mental illness runs strongly in her family, to include her, she decided that she wanted to get Romika out of the way. So she's on there talking about, I would never this, I would never that. But after Romika is killed, she's in matching everything. They start taking pictures and doing matching clothes. Okay. So she felt like that she could take Romika out and then step right into her life. Okay. Which is sick. Okay. So we're glad that the police department and the district attorney patiently awaited and they watched and they investigated. And hey, it took so long more than likely because they wanted to get a first degree murder charge. Okay, they had needed a little longer to see that or to prove that it was premeditated and planned. Like I said, if they didn't have a whole lot, they would have, I don't think they would have charged her with first degree murder, right? I know a lot of people say, well, they be charging people with first degree murder and they don't have no evidence. Okay. But it's going to be interesting to see if he's charged. I kind of believe that she's going to end up breaking down and telling his part in it, which would be good. Okay. I knew when I knew he probably felt like he would be charged when he had that boy to get on there and say, Romika's family should keep little Carlos and just let Los see him on weekends. Well, he didn't want the responsibility of taking care of that young man, of that baby. I believe he decided that he would that Romika's family needed to keep him because he knew at some point he was going to be indicted anyways. And which I'll be glad when that happens. Okay, they got her, now they need to get him. Okay. Anyways, these girls gonna learn today. You can't go killing another woman over a man that you ain't gonna get to have anyways. That's a man that she still ain't got, that he was just keeping close so he could see what she was thinking so she wouldn't tell on him. Now, it's fair game. She gonna go into survival mode and she gonna see he ain't really messing with her like that. Okay. So if she haven't told on him, she will. And for them to give a first degree murder, they got some type of proof that it was premeditated. So she probably already done told she mentally ill. She knows she ain't get ready to be. She probably rather see him in jail with her than out with another woman. Because that's what's going to happen. Because he already got one according to the vlogs. Okay. Anyways, you guys, I'm really happy. I'm going to check one more time to see if she done been booked, child. I just want to see if she has been booked yet. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Let's see. Johnson. Mo. It's not showing that she has been booked as of now. She may be able to remain out or whatever. I don't know, but she's got to be in court tomorrow. So, I don't know if they're gonna allow her to stay out. But that would be a process because she would have to go in and then ask for a bail. Her attorney asked that she be out on bond and stuff while she goes to trial. So she ain't been processed. That ass is in jail. That ass is in jail. I'm telling you. That's why she got to go to court tomorrow. But you want to be unalive, huh? She wanted to be an unaliver. She wanted to be an unaliver, and it just ain't gonna work out for her. It ain't. It's not going to. And like I said, I'm happy for Romika's family. Let's see. Let's see what Romika's family is saying. Post our family, but soon I will post your one-leg father and will say, I'm being messy. It said, okay. I really want to see what Romika's mother. I'm sure she's having those emotions all over again. So, because she still had, been trying to hold up the best that she could. More. So. Anyway, shout out to the family. I don't see where she has been. She could be in processing. She's got to be in court tomorrow. I'm sure everything will be updated later on. Okay. Hey, Anissa. Baby, never say never. I'm telling you, she thought that she was not going to be charged. They really thought that they had that planned out. Okay. But when you do wrong, wrong follows. Okay. It ain't nothing. I mean, they did that girl dirty. They did her dirty to include the child's father. Now, that's just gonna be the cherries and the whipped cream on the cake when they get him. Okay, because he wanted this to happen. He thought he wanted it. He regrets it now, which is why he around here looking like some out of a damn horror movie. Okay, that's what he looking like, something out of a damn horror story, because he ain't getting no sleep and he on pills. And then if I was him, I wouldn't sleep either. He got to keep Holly close to him to make sure she don't tell on him. But hell, he's scared to go to sleep with her laying next to him because she crazy. He's scared she might raise up like the exorcist and stick a knife through him. Okay, so I mean, them spirits, Romika's spirit is hunting him. Them pills and whatever it is that he on, he just getting his ass tore up out the frame left and right, and God whooping his ass. Okay, so yeah, he ain't gonna be able to scam to get no money for a lawyer. They're gonna end up with a public defender. She claimed, we're gonna see how much money if OnlyFans was really paying her. Now, she was on OnlyFans doing threesomes and she was charging $50 a month. Okay, she show is oh Jesus. Yeah, see, I can't talk like I've been talking. I got to do better. I got to do better. I got to do better. Okay. Because I want to say something so bad. But she charging $50 a month OnlyFans to see her do threesomes and stuff. Okay. That show is sad, ain't it? Anyways, you guys, hey, shout out to Romika's family. I'm just happy that they are getting some justice. She was talking cash money shit yesterday, but she knew she was going to be indicted. She was mad. She been quiet all this time. She felt like at that point she didn't have nothing to lose. Okay, so she mad. She want to taunt Romika's family. She's lashing out, and hey, they built their castle. They built a sand castle. Okay, she thought she was gonna get to live in that castle with Carlos. He had other plans. He was so messed up in the head. He thought he regretted now. He thought that he would rather see Romika dead than move on without him. Okay, and so he got a little slow over there to do it. And so they built a sand castle. And I always talk about, sand castles ain't built on no solid foundation. The first strong wind that comes through is gonna blow it down. And it seems like to me that their castle, it was already fragile, has been blown all the way down today. And let's just see who all she tell on, okay? Because see, Romika been with Carlos all these years. Carlos did Romika like that. Ain't no telling. He couldn't control her. Romika knew where all his skeletons was at, okay? She found, that he was talking to transgenders, sending pictures and stuff in his phone. She knew that he was a scammer. She knew a whole lot of stuff that she probably he probably knew that she could tell on him. He just rather have seen her gone. Okay. And she wasn't messing with him like that no more. Okay. She was trying to pick up the pieces and move on with her life. She was still a young, beautiful woman. He couldn't take that. Okay. He couldn't take not being able to have access to her like he had for 9-10 years. Okay. Anyways, y'all, shout out to Romika's family. Hey, shout out to the vloggers that really stomped the ground, and all of the supporters that got out and supported Romika's family on this case. Okay. I'm pretty sure that they was able to pull the cameras, you know, around that area. They had cameras from the school. Now I'm sure of that. They probably had camera lights around that area, businesses that's got cameras and all of that. They had all of that. So they was able to look at that. And then you got a girl who's constantly going and filing orders of protections on a woman, right? But you're on video talking shit. You're on video talking shit. So you couldn't be scared of her. Right? You couldn't be. So shout out to Meek's family. Justice for Romika. This is just round one. Okay. Her family is really going to need the support, healthy support of the public now more than ever. Because now the defense attorneys are getting ready to enter into the equation. And we know that there's no fairness in war. So we're going to be praying for Romika's family to be able to hold up as defense attorneys come out and throw all types of mud and dirt on her name, stuff that she probably did, you know, when she was 12 years old to try and make her look bad, try to make her look like a big bad wolf. So we're going to just pray for Romika's, for God to hold Romika's mother together to be able to endure it. It's just the process, right? I mean, defense attorneys don't look at it as being anything personal. It's just a game that they get paid to do, and they'll do anything to win the game. They don't care anything about Holly. They just want to win in court, right? This case is a national case, so you're going to have some defense attorneys. You might even get some to do the work pro bono, okay? So that they could further push their agenda and their career, and they'll come out swinging with all types of garbage. But she's going to need to stay prayed up more than ever to be able to let it roll back off of her back, knowing that all things work together for the good of those that love the Lord, okay? I mean, you know, I used to, and I know a lot of families take it personally because, and they should, you know, because they it's their family members that's in trial and all of that, you know, when they've lost their loved ones and they have to sit in court and listen to defense attorneys tell half truths and all of that, or they might just flat out lie, right? But what Romika's family need to know is that it's just a game, okay? And they need to pray themselves through it. And they pray for the jury, that the jury is able to see through the smoke. She's been charged with first-degree murder, so there's no telling what type of evidence that they don't have. I'm sure that they have video, probably got audio, right? And who's to say she didn't break down? Okay, since they got her for first-degree murder, it was premeditated. Who's to say she didn't break down and say, you know, he told me to shoot her, and I wasn't thinking, and I was scared, and this, and that. We don't know what's getting ready to come out, okay? But we're gonna pray for Romika's mother to be able to sustain, to keep her peace, to be able to keep her peace and her strength, because she's raising Romika's son, and get through all of the smoke, and just knowing that everything in court, especially as it relates to the defense attorneys, it is absolutely a game, okay? It's a game. It's not about the person being not guilty. For the attorney, it's a job. It's just about them winning. The defense attorney, they just want to win, okay? Anyway, y'all, hey, I appreciate you all. And the reason I say that is because I've worked with attorneys that they always know when their client is guilty. They always know. And they'll say, you know what, this is going to be a hard case. The only thing we can do is get some investigators to go out and try to speak to some people to poke holes in the truth. That's what they do. That's how Quick got off. They poke holes. That how they win is poking holes in the truth. And skilled attorneys are able to do it if they got weak prosecutors. Okay. They poke holes in the truth. And that puts doubt in everything. But we believe that Romika has a strong case. Okay. Romika has a strong case. And they won't be able to poke holes in the truth. The truth is going to stand firm. Okay. Anyways, you guys, yeah. I'm thinking about this case that I had like a couple years ago. And I had to go see the guy in jail. I had to go do a visit with him. And when I looked at his eyes, I knew he was hey, but I was hired by the defense attorney. And he got mad at me. How in the hell am I? This is what I hate. I do this. Hold on, y'all. I don't know who that is. Whoever it is, they're gonna have to wait. He got mad at me because I started asking him questions and wanted to try to tell me how to do my job. Okay. Hold on for a second, y'all. I don't know who that was. Never seen that number before. We ain't gonna worry about it. Anyways, y'all, listen. I was getting ready to tell y'all a story about a case I had, but in the end, I'll say this, in the end, the truth always prevails. Okay. The truth will prevail in the end. Okay. Always. I guess she was practicing for her pen. Okay. She going to the that's right. That's exactly what it is, the Black Barbie. That's exactly what it is. She was talking all that crap yesterday. She was talking all that crap yesterday because she was mad. Because she knew she was going to be indicted today. That lawyer had told her that she was getting ready to be indicted. And that's the reason why that baby's father posted. See, when they quiet, they have to try to put on the show. When they start talking, okay, and they have been quiet for a long time, you know something is going on. Let's see, what's his name? Carlos Loco. Carlos Losway. Look, he knew. And he looked like look at him. He looked like a big old woman. Don't he? He looked like a big old woman that dresses like a man. He he think he fine and stuff, but he a big old pink lips and stuff. He looked like a woman that's transgender, don't it? He looked like a big woman that like a stud. That's what he looked like. He looked like a stud. Look at him. He was mad because he knew she had all the dirt on him, and he couldn't control her. And he couldn't control her. Hold on for a second, y'all. Let's see. This is him. See, she had been told. Now he posted this yesterday at 8:56, and then she posted yesterday. Their attorney had let them know that she was going to be indicted. That's why he posted, "People love drama more than the truth." He was mad. He was mad, and he know at some point. He posted 8 hours ago, "I earned the fan favorite badge this week, recognizing me for consistently having meaningful conversation with my fans." Well, he gonna be able to have meaningful conversation in that jail cell. Cause baby girl, get ready to a little slow, get ready to tell God on Jesus, child. Anyways. I was looking at her post to see if that was her mama, because her mama's middle name is Nicole. Okay, so I was trying to see if that was her mama, but she looked too young to be a mama. Hold on, let's see some. Look at him. Look at the stud. They thought they had got away. He out enjoying his birthday. He thought he had got away. He ain't gotta watch. He ain't gotta look at Romika be with another man. He ain't got, he ain't got to look at that. He thought he ain't got to worry about her telling all them secrets that she knew about him, that could have probably put him in jail because they say he's a scammer. He thought he had gotten rid of that problem. But most of all, he wanted to be able to control her. He didn't have control over her no more. So I'm gonna get a little slow over here to kill her, and that's what he did. But the stud gonna have to, because he looked like a stud to me. I believe every word Romika found that stuff, and he talking to them women, the men in his phone that dress like women, transgenders. He was on the down low. I believe every bit of it because he looks like a stud to me. Look at him. Look at him holding. Now, they done killed his child's mother, the mother of his son. His son is left brokenhearted because he was so close to his mother. How can he even smile? So now, because they got these pictures up, he wanted to flex. He found out she gonna get indicted yesterday. He sit up and try to put up explanations. He constantly throwing her up under the bus. I smile to hide the pain. No, that ain't why you smiling. You smiling because you feel like your trouble is gone and y'all got away. You find out y'all ain't got away. Now you want to post that. Okay. Throwing Holly up under the bus. Not, I don't smile because I'm happy. I smile to hide the pain. Okay. We know you're not happy with her.
Come on, y'all stop playing.
He said he get paid for cooking. So he cooks food for folks. Well, he gonna be a good he gonna be a good cook in jail. He gonna be a real good cook in jail. He gonna come in handy. He said he gets paid to cook. Okay. Anyways, that's a good New Year's gift for Romika's family. She won't get to go into the new year with her son, unfortunately. Holly will get the opportunity to see her son from jail. Okay. But she won't be out celebrating, taking pictures. They're gonna have to watch a little slow, because she's, that girl crazy. She seemed like the type that'll try to break out of jail, child. They put her in jail, she gonna try to break out because she crazy. Anyways, y'all, justice for Romika. I'm happy. Like I said, this is just the beginning for her family. I got to make me some chili, y'all, and I'm gonna look at some of the other shows and stuff. I'm sure her family's gonna come up on some of these other shows, so I want to watch some of them. So, anyways, you guys, make sure y'all hit the like button. If y'all have gotten, y'all don't have y'all memberships, make sure you re-sign up for your memberships, because a lot of stuff that we, quite a few things I'm gonna start going into the members talking about. Those things that we talk about. Yeah, we'll go start going into the members and talking about them. And that's how we'll do that. Anyways, you guys, I love you all. Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. I'll talk with you later.